Subject of our discussion today would be Salvatore, a short story by William Somerset Maugham. Now, William Somerset Maugham was an English novelist, playwright, and short story writer whose work was characterized by a clear, unadorned style, cosmopolitan settings, and a shrewd understanding of human nature. Owing to his experience as a traveler far and wide, there are many biographical details in his stories and characters. He avoids verbose sentimentality, favoring often cynical prose. The short story Salvatore speaks of an Italian fisherman who lives in the island of Ischia. He claims to have known Salvatore ever since he was 15 years old, a boy with a pleasant face, a laughing mouth, and carefree eyes. Much like adolescent boys who grow up fast, Salvatore too grew apace, and very soon he fell madly in love with a very pretty girl who lived in the Grande Marina. They were engaged, but they could only get married after Salvatore joined and served in the navy of King Victor Emmanuel. When Salvatore was due to leave on his voyage, he wept like a child. It was very hard for Salvatore to live in battleships with strangers instead of in the little white cottage among vines. When he went ashore, he was afraid to walk in the noisy, friendless cities with streets so crowded that he was frightened to cross them. Salvatore missed his family and his beloved. He wrote long, ill-spelt letters to his beloved, telling her how much he loved her and how much he wanted to return back to her. Salvatore went across the globe to many places. On one such journey to China, Salvatore fell severely ill and was diagnosed with a condition known as rheumatic arthritis. It was an illness of joints, and the doctors warned that this rendered him unfit for further service. Salvatore was overjoyed. This is ultimately what he wanted. He could not wait to come back home to his beloved and to his family. When Salvatore came back home, he immediately went to meet his beloved, only to be turned down by her on the pretext of his illness. Salvatore was very heartbroken. He was disappointed, but he chose to move on with his life. He did not blame the girl for the decision that she had taken. Salvatore started working very hard, and he helped his father earn their livelihood. Soon, Salvatore got married to a woman named Asanta, and he settled in a little vineyard in a small cottage. Salvatore used to work very hard during the day at the vineyard, and at night he used to assist his brother in catching the profitable cuttlefish so that they could sell it in the market the next morning. Very soon, the couple became parents to 2 children. Salvatore left no stone unturned in caring for his children. He was very tender when he used to handle his children, and when he used to bring them to the beach and bathe them and hold them up in his large, meaty hands. It looked like as if he was holding flowers. And when Salvatore saw them screaming in delight, he smiled the most beautiful smile, the laughter of an angel, and his eyes were as candid as his child's. Thus, the story that apparently began as a narrative of the life of a young Italian fisherman and his disappointment in love ultimately transforms into a masterly character sketch of the protagonist. It tells us about a person who's defined by a singular quality that shines in him with a radiance, and that is the quality of goodness.